Tremendously is the short answer. The long answer is Safe Money Radio has allowed me to put my marketing on autopilot, like I've imagined but never knew how to do it. I mean, I don't have to think. When my radio show every week, it's like clockwork. And I know that I don't have to think about my marketing, and I can focus on my clients, my appointments, my presentation with my clients. So it has made life so much easier in this very competitive business that we're in.
Well, Safe Money Radio has changed really everything about my business. Just the number of people I'm able to see in a given week or month has changed drastically. And obviously, along with that, my production has increased probably fourfold from where it was previously. And the other part of it is that you have somewhat of a celebrity status, which gives you a lot of credibility when you're in front of people. And you can use that to leverage all different kinds of things. If you happen to be talking to somebody that is not a radio lead, you can still reference your radio show and talk to them about that, and it just adds a lot of credibility.
Well, I think it's safe to say, no pun intended, that it has increased my business significantly. I used to deal a lot more with wealth transfer and older folks. I've gotten introduced to a lot of younger people looking for our help, which I think they desperately need. But it has taken away some of the barriers or hurdles that you might have to come across without having a sort of pseudo-star, if you will, identity. I think that people approach you differently now, or they receive you differently is a better way to say it. You know, I'm a radio host, is the first thing I say, and that always gets a conversation going, whereas if you say I'm a financial professional, usually, oh, okay, good, and they don't want to talk anymore. And it's raised the bar quite a bit of the expectation that I even have when I see clients. I would even say confidence level's gone up tenfold because I'm not expecting the same amount of fear from them as I used to get, if that makes sense.
The quality of leads is very, very good. They're like most lead systems, they're not all good, but I've never used a lead system that's any better, I'll say that. And I've probably never used a lead system that's nearly as good, actually. But you know, some of the people I'm not able to do anything for, as you would expect, but these are people that have heard me, they've heard what I'm talking about, and when they call in, they're interested. You really can't ask for more than that in a lead.
I get a real kick out of some of my call-ins because they said they've listened to me for 3 months or 4 months or 6 months, and I'm like, well, I feel sorry for you. No, just kidding. But I love the fact that they've called me because they've heard me so much, they've gotten to know me. And so there's a much higher level of credibility when I go into that first face-to-face meeting that sets me apart or differentiates me from the rest of my competitors in the insurance world that we're in. So I love what Safe Radio has been tremendous for helping me do that.
Well, the best part about radio is that it is on autopilot. I do nothing. Before I started, it was explained to me that this was a turnkey system, which I thought was probably a bunch of baloney. But there's never been anything more turnkey. I recorded the shows a long time ago, and that's virtually all I do, other than go to my inbox and get my leads every Monday. I don't have to do anything. They just show up. It's an amazing thing.
Well, I think some of the clients, they think you're a celebrity when you meet them for the first time. They're like, you know, because they visit my website, they see my picture and videos that I've done on my website as well, but all tied into the radio. So there is just, there is a connection there that I couldn't get any other way.
Yes. I met a client who kind of lives south of Dallas. That's the area that I'm in, so kind of out in the sticks a bit. And he had about 1.4, $1.3 million, something like that, just because he stated that he was a truck driver and he didn't know a lot about financial stuff, to be honest. And he had a broker and just kind of sensed that maybe things weren't good. So he heard my show, and the reason he called, he said, I listened to all those shows, I drive around often, he said, but yours actually sounded real. It actually sounded like you were a normal person who had common sense. And he goes, common sense is everything that I have. So he was skeptical, but he was open because I was on the radio. So once we started to talk, he started getting into credentials and stuff, and I said, so let's see about the credentials of your advisor you have now. And we went through the statement, and it was basically pay me my fees, there's no real management, no real transactions going on, nothing like that. And he said, how can I trust you? How do I know I can trust you? And I said, do you feel you can't trust me? He's like, no, you're the expert. And that was pretty much what went down from there. So we wrote that whole case except for the liquidity money, and it's been great. But all because of the actual dialogue of the show, you know, and the scripts. I mean, I changed mine a little bit, but he said it sounded real. So the fact that I sound real and I'm a radio host really brought the barriers down, and it was sort of assumptive, which is new. That's pretty cool.
Oh, sure. That happens with some regularity. I'm on the same station as Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity and some of those people, and every once in a while somebody will say, well, be sure you say hi to Rush for me, which is, you know, I mean, they think we're just best friends. And so that kind of gets back to the credibility thing, though. It's being on the radio just gives you an air of expertise that you wouldn't otherwise have. Yeah, if there's anything that has surprised me, I think it is the fact that it doesn't take more effort than it does. It's a pretty simple process, and it's laid out very plainly. It's something anybody can do, and it's just worked very, very well for me.